It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night? This is the only Survivor podcast. My name is Jake Scheidel. Each week I ask my best friend, Thomas Powell, if he did indeed watch a certain reality show. Hey, Thomas, how are you doing today?
Jake, I am hungover. I have a hangover. Does anyone know what that means?
No. Tell me. Please explain, Mr. Black.
Well, it doesn't mean that I was drunk. It means I was drunk yesterday.
Ding, 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 School of Rock. Seen it?
You know who wrote that?
Who wrote that?
Survivor legend Mike White, of course.
Holy shit. Thomas, that's so wild you bring that up, because this is actually a Survivor podcast. Did you know that? Did you mean to do that?
Sometimes these things just happen, It's just your brain is wired a certain way. And who knows? Wink. But, I'll never tell.
Well, speaking of Survivor, I do have to ask you, did you watch Survivor Panama last night?
I certainly did. I watched it twice. I watched two episodes.
Yeah, me too. The first episode we watched this week was called Starvation and Lunacy. What do you think of that episode title?
Pretty accurate, I would say. There's some starvation going on. There's definitely some lunacy going on too.
I mean, yeah, I can't be mad about it. Accurate title. First aired February 23rd, 2006. How old would you have been? February 23rd, 2006, Thomas?
Would have been 14 years old.
I, too, would have been 14 years old. How many viewers do you think this received? Remember, last week we got 16.98 million viewers.
I'm going to say 16.7.
No, try less.
16.5?
Oh, no. Try less.
16.
No, And the number's not even going on 16.
15.5. No one watched it. There were zero viewers.
It's more than zero, fewer than 14. Excuse me, 15.5.
People really did not like this season, huh?
This one episode dropped to 14.85 million.
Good Lord. They started out, what was the first episode total? It was like 8.
It was something like 18 million, 19 million maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I think that they were rightfully afraid that the Charmin ass-wiping bears were going to show up in this one. I got so fucking excited when I saw that was the reward for this one. I was like, oh, this one!
I know you love the Bears. You love the Bears. Go
it's
Bears.
So
That's
funny
what you always
to just
say.
be like, the winning team will receive an ass-wiping station with all the toilet paper they can eat.
So we first start off on La Mina. Dan approaches Ruth Marie and asks her to make a Final Five alliance. Somebody says they're feeling confident in their alliance. Who was it who said that?
It wasn't Ruth Marie, because Ruth Marie at one point said that she would never say that she was confident. Which I was
I wrote that down.
Good strat, yeah. Ruth Marie.
Yeah. That's how you end up
It's
winning.
a shame it can't overcome sexism, but, It was a nice shot.
I don't remember who said they felt confident, but it made me laugh very hard. Over on the Kasaya tribe, the boys collect snails while Courtney does yoga. Shane and Aris are really upset that there aren't more people taking care of the camp. And Cerie's strategy is to just stay out of the drama. I mean, yeah.
Smart. Cerie is such a delight because she is never causing conflict. She just shows up to be like, damn, these people are crazy. I'm going to lay low.
Perfect role and perfect person to be in that role. The reward challenge is they have to match floating pieces into a floating puzzle. Good challenge.
This was good. Am I thinking of, was it the other one that they did the puzzle pieces that had the coffins? This was just the regular puzzle, right?
The coffins is next episode.
Okay, yeah.
I think, or maybe next challenge.
All right, I'll save my commentary on that one then. This one was fine. It was fine.
Yeah. This was the one where they were playing for a full-on Survivor bathroom.
Yeah. A tailored shitting experience. Also, they got like toothpaste or something too, right? Like I think they got like some hygiene products aside from just toilet paper. But there was a lot of toilet paper.
It was a lot of toilet paper. I imagine Jeff said a full-on Survivor bathroom with all the fixins.
All the fixins.
All the hygienic fixins. So Kasai wins this one, and they send Terry back to Exile Island. Very sad stuff.
It is really funny that they just keep like pushing. Like Terry keeps scaling a wall and being like, "Wow, I made it out of Exile Island," and it just immediately gets pushed back off the wall.
Yeah.
Nope, sorry, Exile Island again. You shouldn't be so good at making fire.
Yeah, this is on you, actually, Terry. Back on La Mina, Dan tries to rally the troops to work, but Ruth Marie wants to eat, and Austin wants to take a nap. Dan, I'm sorry, man. Just because you've been through space doesn't mean you become a leader automatically. Yeah, naps are great.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take a nap, even when your friend calls you because you have to record a podcast.
Oh, Thomas, do you want to talk about, well, first, what time it is right now?
It is 3:58 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:58 Central.
You want to remind people what time we planned on recording this afternoon or today?
We were going to record at 11, but then I remembered that basically I was trying to fit in. When I initially agreed to that, I wasn't thinking, because I did karaoke last night, and a friend of ours was in town. And they like crashed. And so when I woke up at like 9, I was like, I'll just watch these 2 Survivor episodes. And that'll get me ready to go for 11. And then I was like, oh, we're definitely going to go get breakfast. And also, I don't know what time they're leaving. So I was like, well, let's see if that 3 o'clock slot, because you'd give me 2 options. I was like, let's see if that 3 o'clock slot is available. And then you very graciously were like, yep, no problem. I'm doing some D&D, but immediately after that, I'll give you a call. And then I was a little hungover from karaoke, and even though I had a delicious bagel sandwich for breakfast, but
do you want to shout out? Did you go to a restaurant or did you make it yourself?
I went to Terra Bagels in Grand Rapids.
I would recommend
it. Yes, the Earth Bagels. They're from the Earth, and they are very tasty. They make a good bacon, egg, and cheese.
But bagels grow on trees.
Yeah, if you've ever seen a bagel tree, you can pick it right off there.
Tasty.
But anyway, so I got back. I was still hungover, and I was like, well, I'm waiting for Jake to give me a call. I'm just gonna lay down. Just gonna rest my eyes a little bit. And then I woke up, and I had a missed call from like 10 minutes ago, and I was like, whoops.
Yeah.
So that's how we ended up where we ended up. But you know what? It's all good.
Yeah. Sorry for the late episode, but it's actually been Marquesas Mondays the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we're way ahead of schedule compared to where we've been. We're actually ahead of schedule.
And tomorrow's actually a holiday, and I was thinking, Thomas, before we decided on today to record, why don't we record tomorrow and call it MLKsis Monday?
MLK, oh man, what a missed opportunity. To not get to do MLKsis Monday.
Maybe next year.
That'll be one for the schedule next year. Jake, I couldn't help but notice that you didn't ask me what I sang for karaoke. It's very rude of you.
I did. I don't think you heard me.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well,
yeah, before we started recording, and then we started talking about Abbott and Costello instead.
Oh, right. Well, we had a lot to talk about with that, so that's understandable. It would fall by the wayside. Anyway, to answer your question from a long time ago, I did Psycho Killer by Talking Heads.
Heard of it.
And then I did Float On by Modest Mouse. And not to brag, but both of them killed, and a guy in the bathroom said, hey, good job with the Modest Mouse one. And I went, yeah, thanks. And then I went back to what I was doing.
Were you in the bathroom as well, or did he say it from the bathroom while you were still on stage?
That would be much funnier if he like leaned out of the bathroom and was like, hey, I heard it from in here. It was
great
good.
Job.
What are you? We were both washing our hands.
That's good. You after the karaoke, him after the poop.
I had to follow a guy. I was a little nervous about about Float On because I had to follow a guy with a really good voice who had just done Let's Get It On.
Oh, what? Why would you?
It was fun.
That's a weird song to sing at karaoke.
It's a fun karaoke song. If you've got the voice to do it, it's fun.
Did you guys fuck afterwards?
We did not fuck. I was too busy. I had to go perform. But
yeah, that's what I'm asking about.
yeah. But yeah, I went up and I just went out there and did the damn thing. That's what I do.
I'm so happy to hear that. The police car accidentally hit it, and it's going to be an okay day. Is that song?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, speaking of floaters, they on Kasaya debate whether to use the bathroom to store wood or to take dumps.
Jake, where do you fall? Where do you fall on this debate? Because I have staked out a very clear position, and I'm interested to see if we agree or not.
Well, the fact that I actually prefer to call it a dump bait, I think answers your question. I would think you should use it as a bathroom.
Yeah, what the fuck are we doing here? Like,
it's a bathroom.
Hey, I know that they gave us a bathroom, but actually let's use it for some other purpose. Like, no, I'm going to go in there and take a shit. They gave us a bathroom. What are we going to do with all this toilet paper?
Yeah. If it comes to it, we can burn the toilet paper and dry the wood.
Yeah, it's just such a stupid way to do that. I really appreciated... who was it that went in and took a shit?
Bobby.
I appreciated that Bobby was just like, as people were discussing what to do with it, he was like, well, they're being stupid about this, so I'm just going to go use it, and then they'll have no choice but to use it as a toilet. And I was like, yes,
pro Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby. What is this, a Bobby Lashley retirement match? Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, where Bobby Lashley gives a tearful farewell. The camera follows him as he leaves, through the tunnel, and follows him all the way to the bathroom where he goes and takes a big shit. And he gets out and he's like, "Ooh, I feel 10 pounds lighter."
And then he comes out to John Cena doing a promo, and he's like, "Oh, let me go out there," and he puts on a salmon suit. Remember that?
Yes, Jake, remember it. I was there. I was in person.
I know you were there. I've also been to a live WWE show. So.
Oh, did Mark Henry pretend to retire at that show?
No, I did see the New Day.
Interesting.
I did see the New Day though.
I'm happy for you that you got to see the New Day.
Thank you.
Did anyone on the New Day pretend to retire, and were they wearing a salmon-colored jacket?
The crazy thing is, Thomas, they actually all three came out in salmon suits and pretended to retire, and they were like, "It's been a long day." It's not only
has
Big
E has he actually retired? Like, is he sort of like implicitly retired?
I think they're being cautious about being specific, but I get the impression he'll be okay and will be able to come back at some point. Probably
I guess
not at this Rumble,
back,
but maybe next one. Yeah, it wasn't as serious as Edge's injury or Paige's injury. Saraya's injury, or even Bryan Danielson's injury, luckily. So, yeah, I think he'll be back. I mean, hopefully. I would love to see in a couple weeks him show up at the Rumble, but I don't think he's quite ready yet. I think they said like a year or so of recovery, rehab, whatever.
Sure.
And yeah, I don't remember when exactly that happened, but it's still going to be a while.
Depending on whether he decides to retire or not, I think either way he should come out wearing a salmon suit as an homage to Mark Henry, and then you can either fake retire or you can real retire.
Yeah, I think you would need to real retire if you were going to do that, because like you can't pull the same stunt Mark Henry already did. Then
sure you can. What's stopping you?
You know what? Good point. It's like, why hasn't anybody ever said that their grandma also died on Survivor? Mm-hmm. Speaking of people on Survivor, Terry goes looking for the idol and eventually finds it in a box buried in the mud on Exile Island. Were you happy for Terry in this moment?
Yeah, sure. I like Terry okay.
Yeah, I think he's a decent guy. Over on Kasaya, they move the fire pit after the fire goes out. Shane asks Danielle why she has such an aversion to working, which Danielle actually takes offense to because she was a captain in sports.
Yeah. That's a leadership position, okay?
Yeah. Not that Shane would know anything about that. All Shane knows how to lead is his lungs to cancer.
I'm actually not good at working. I'm good at instructing other people on how to work. So
yeah,
I'm actually doing my job by not working.
I was actually told to not move by my boss, so I'm actually doing a good
material, job. Okay? I'm not getting in there and using my damn hands.
Yeah. All my work is up here, and I point to my brain. Shane and Danielle have a huge shouting match. What else is new? It's Survivor Panama. Shane asks Suri if Danielle works hard, which was very unfortunate because Suri has once again been trying to stay out of it. I felt really bad for being pulled into this. If I were
Suri, I would say, I'm not getting involved in this. That's what I would say. Like, whatever is going on between you two, I'm not getting involved.
Yeah. Suri calls their foursome psychotic and is happy that it is breaking apart. God, well, Suri is such a blessing on this tribe.
Suri is great. Yeah, Suri really is just like it's a shame that they put her in this position, but she's an oasis. Honestly. Her and Bobby, really, because like Bobby gets pulled into some drama, but like Bobby, I think, is a reasonably entertaining person who's just like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
Yeah, 100%. Over on La Mina, they cannot catch any fish. Is this the tribe that lost their spear last week?
I think so. I think that is who it is. Probably use that right now.
They finally get fire, but then it starts raining. It's a lot of rain. Panama Rain. That sounds like a fucking 80s ballad if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, in the cold Panama rain.
Yeah, who am I? Brett Michaels slash?
Brett Michaels slash what?
Brett Michaels slash Nick Jonas.
That's right. What's the common denominator there, I wonder?
Cool guys who sing?
Cool guys.
Cool guys. Cool guys who have been on VH1.
That's right. Wait, when was Nick Jonas on VH1?
Probably at some point in the 2000s.
Yeah, they were playing his music videos.
I'm sure. Remember that top 20 countdown show they had? The music videos? I'm sure the Jonas Brothers were on that at some point.
Yeah, I wonder if that's still... Was VH1 still playing music videos by the time the Jonas Brothers were like a thing?
Let's look it up. I know this isn't...
The world demands an answer to this.
Top 20 video countdown, I think it was called. Top 20 video games.
This is such an old, annoying thing to say, but it is 100% true. Like, it is wild to remember that there was a time when you could just turn on VH1 or MTV and it would just be music videos. They would just be playing music videos.
We're Gen X though, also known as the 20. It has been on until 2015.
Okay, so the Jonas Brothers almost certainly were on there at some point.
Yeah,
then.
It started in 94. So yeah, they were definitely in there. I remember really enjoying this show. It would come on Saturday mornings, and I would watch, however many videos I could after waking up. Yeah, you'd be
like, where's Lips of an Angel by Hinder going to fall this week?
Do you want to hear a fun fact about that song?
Sure.
It's our number one fan and producer's favorite song. Maybe not favorite song, but one of her favorite songs.
Favorite song? Wow.
Yeah, she loves that song.
Really good to hear your voice. Say my name, it sounds so sweet. Coming from the lips of an angel.
It's good. It's a really good song.
It's a fun song to sing
actually.
along to when you're drunk, I will say that. There's definitely been a few times where I've done that with some friends. That would be a fun karaoke song.
Next time I'm in Grand Rapids, let's go karaoke, and I can do that song.
I couldn't agree more. I would love to see you perform Lips of an Angel.
Okay, let's see. What year was this from? 2006, right?
Yeah. Okay. I wonder when 2006 Lips of an Angel might have been on that might have been on that chart at that point.
A video is said to be part of the 2020 Club when it has appeared on the countdown for 20 consecutive weeks. There were 3 songs to reach this in 2006 on VH1's Celebrity Countdown. What is it called? Okay. Top 20 Video Countdown. What do you think they were? I'll give you a hint. All 3 are male-fronted groups or artists.
Okay. 2006. What would have been big then?
And they're all of the same genre of that soft pop rock that was popular in that era.
Oh God, was it Apologize by One Republic? Was that one of them?
I don't see that one. I'll give you another hint. One of the songs is got a really cool video, and was featured on this program itself. Did you watch Survivor last night? One of our first song choices.
Oh my! Is it "You're Beautiful" by James Blunt?
You're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Love that for us and them.
Yeah.
So you're saying that on the top 20 countdown, that song was fucking high.
Exactly. Also high was a type of transportation.
Was it a Train song? Was the song by Train?
No, the type of transportation similar to a train in that a train has cars on,
Was it Chasing
system.
Cars by Snow Patrol?
No, but you're getting closer. Very similar genre.
Okay.
The when I say it's high, I mean like physically higher than you.
Okay.
How what's another way to say higher than you?
High. What's another way to say higher than you?
Like with something we're above you, where would you say it is?
Oh, I know. I know what this is. It's the Fray, and it's over my head. I'm surprised it's that in Cable Car.
Yes.
But the yep, that okay, yeah. Man, I forgot about that song. The only Fray song I ever really think of is How to Save a Life.
Oh, yeah, I 100% forgot those were different songs. And finally, the last song is a single word, the title of the song, and the band name is two words pushed together, and it kind of sounds like a punchline to an uncle's joke or a football position.
Is it Nickelback?
Correct.
Is it Rockstar?
It's Photograph.
Oh, it's Photograph. Okay,
Look at
that
this
makes sense.
photograph. I should have told you that every time I hear this song.
What the hell is that on Rossi's head?
So that was a little jump into memory, whatever.
Jump into memory lane.
Yeah. Okay, so at the Unity Challenge, they have to collect water and fill a bucket in a pulley system, similar to a cable car, huh?
Yeah.
Kasaya wins, or as I wrote, Kasyaya.
Kasyaya.
Kasyaya,
Everyone knows they're in over their head cable car.
Yeah. Back at La Mina, Terry tells them he looked for the idol but didn't find it. You love this guy so much, but he's a liar. How about that?
Oh, I just wanted to say I liked this challenge. I liked the end of it where like the person was sitting on the thing, and they would get raised up to pull the thing out. Yeah, like a cable car. I like that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, agreed. Again, very simple but fun. Sally makes her plea to her tribe. Austin wants to take out Ruth Marie, even though she has a handshake deal with Dan. Austin says that because he has some Jesus of Nazareth powers, after convincing Terry to vote out Ruth Marie.
I don't understand why everyone was so willing to go along with this.
I don't either. I don't really understand the dynamics at La Mina.
No.
Like, with Terry there, it's all like, we're going to follow Terry around. Without Terry there, they seem lost. They just seem like a bunch of... I know this phrase is, like, overused now, but and like, red pill or whatever, but, like, they're NPCs. It feels like this is a tribe of NPCs for the most part.
Yeah, and if you say that, then the Matrix is going to come after us, you know?
Well, you actually pay for $1 million on Survivor, and in the Matrix, cash is king, so...
Yeah, cash is king in the Matrix. We all know this.
Dan is upset that they've changed course, and Ruth Marie says she's never going to be confident walking into tribal council.
Correct.
Ruth Marie.
With the way that things are going with La Mina, would you say it's like pretty crazy over there right now?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that they're living La Mina Loca?
Okay. At tribal council, Jeff asks about Terry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Tom gets a good joke, and Jake just moves right along. I see how it is.
I'm the only one who can do jokes here. You're the one who goes, okay.
Spoofs and goofs are only for the primary host, not for the secondary host.
Yeah, primary host. What is this? Somebody from CNN in 2008?
Was this Chris Cuomo?
There we go. Yeah, there's a name. We, I've been keeping you up to date with the New Girl Watch the last few weeks.
Yes.
We powered through season 5. Season 5 was weirdly good. I think it might have just been that season 4 was especially not good, so it took forever to get through. Season 5.
Oh, that's nice when you get like a nice rebound season from there.
Very fun. We're on season 6 now.
Has Schmidt's? I was just watching some more OC, and I know Peter Gallagher plays Schmidt's dad. Mm-hmm. Does he show up in season 5?
He does show up in season 5. He has been on the show multiple times, and he has kissed some people on the show. I won't spoil it.
I'm a big fan of Peter Gallagher. This is a pro Peter Gallagher podcast.
Yeah, PPG. I don't know what that means. What is PPG?
Points per game.
Thank you.
Points per Gallagher.
Points per Gallagher. New Girl gets 3 points per Gallagher because that's how many Gallaghers were on the show. It was Peter Gallagher, Gallagher 1, and Gallagher 2.
R.I.P. Gallagher.
R.I.P.P. Gallagher. Why did I bring up New Girl?
I don't know.
Something about jokes that were on that show were good. I don't know. Jeff asks all about Terry. It's the Terry show. Sally asks... Sally says she's going to give every challenge everything she's got. Austin thinks he took too long to pour the water in the challenge. And Ruth Marie reminds them of her loyalty. But it's not enough. She gets voted out 4-2 against Sally. I was kind of bummed. I would have rather seen Sally go.
It was stupid that they did this.
I liked Ruth Marie. And I thought
I
she
did
made
too,
some good
and
points.
I really thought when she said that she was never confident going in, I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's the
Ruth
secret
Marie knows
code,
what's up.
Jeff.
The whole season, I was just like, Ruth Marie is a contributor in like every single way. She was very loyal to her alliance. Like, why? For what reason?
Because she's an old lady, and they don't like old ladies to be on the show.
I guess, yeah. They really, I don't know what else it would be, because you get one person who comes up and knows they're on the chopping block and is like, I will be loyal to your alliance. And you have somebody who you know is loyal to your alliance, and you go, this person's probably telling the truth. Let's get him in here. And everyone went along with it.
Yeah.
One person got convinced, and everyone was like, probably a good idea.
It's stupid, right? Like, I know I keep saying, we got to stop coming up with simulated seasons, but I want to do a simulated season 100% comprised of just old ladies who didn't make it far who seem like really fun characters.
Yeah, it really is one of those things where it's just, unless you immediately maneuver, and even sometimes it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like if you're an old lady, they're getting you the fuck out of here immediately, and that is not fair.
You know what? Whenever I see an old lady get voted out of Survivor, I say, for Cod's sake, which is, of course, the name of this second episode we watched this week. For Cod's sake. How is that as an episode title? Pretty good, huh?
Pretty good, I think.
Pretty top-notch, top tier. This aired March 2nd, 2006. Thomas, I must ask, how old would you have been March 2nd, 2006?
Jake, I would have been 14 years old.
And how many viewers do you think this received? I would have also been 14 years old, excuse me.
The baseline for this is just, it could be anything. I'm going to say 13 million.
Well, would you believe if this one actually, like New Girl Season 5, rebounded back up to 16.08? I guess just like everybody had the week, was busy that week or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was February. What could they possibly been doing? It's President's Day. I can't watch Survivor.
Week after Valentine's Day? Oh, I've been invited to a Valentine's Day party. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. Valentine's Day party. You don't see a lot of those.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. But I haven't left my house in 2 months, so I'm excited.
Sure. Yeah, that's... you're too busy typing your next novel.
Who are you, my mom?
On your typewriter, under duress.
Yeah. All work and no play makes Jake a very dull boy. You ever see that movie?
Yeah, that's The Matrix.
Yeah, Cash is King. So over on La Mina, everybody misses Ruth Marie. Maybe you shouldn't have voted her out. Maybe you should have voted out Sally.
Whose idea was that? I can't believe someone did that. I also feel kind of bad, like, not that not that I have any animus or I think it's an insult to be an older woman, but Ruth Marie is probably like, what, in her late 30s, early 40s?
I would imagine.
It does feel a little mean to be like this old broad. They finally got her out of there.
Well, I mean, she was on the old ladies season, though.
Yeah, Jeff is the one calling her an old woman, not me.
Yeah. I tweeted about this. Oh, she was 48, it looks like.
Damn. She looked really good for 48, I can tell you that.
Okay, get a fucking room, Thomas.
Yeah, maybe I will. She's been voted off, so I'm going to be there to pick up the pieces.
Over on Kasaya. You're like the fucking Sandra Bullock. What's his name? Is it Sandra Bullock and...
You talking about the Ryan
John
Reynolds
Wick?
one?
No, John Wick.
Oh,
Keanu
the Lake
Reeves.
House.
The Lake House. Thank you.
It will be a romance through time.
Survivor Lake House. And it can be a tribe of all Thomases and a tribe of all the old ladies he has crushes on Survivor. And you have to be honest. At the Lake House,
cash is king. That whole movie is just them sticking envelopes full of cash to each other in the mailbox, in the magic mailbox.
Over in Kasaya, Bruce builds a Zen rock garden. I thought this was cool. I like Bruce having his own little station, much like our friend Arzt from Lost. He's the Arzt of this season.
I don't think there's any doubt that is true.
Aris gets frustrated with the fire and then
Aris, surprisingly not the Arnst of this season, because their names are quite similar.
Aris is more the Jack of this season, I think.
That would be a fight where Jack would just be like, we can't be having any Zen gardens, okay? People out here are dying.
Mm-hmm. Either live together or build Zen Rockins. How am I going to build trust with these people
if there's a Zen garden?
Yeah. Aris gets frustrated with the fire and then yells at Bruce because he made a Zen rock garden. I'm on Bruce's side here. Like in any
Team
episode of Lost, I'm taking Art's side over Jack. But they eventually talk it out, which is good. Something you would never see Jack do.
It's true.
I saw a really cool tattoo on the Lost Reddit this week. And it was the plane breaking apart. And then in really hard to read typography, it said, "We have to go back around the plane." So how about that?
That's pretty good. I was 90% certain when you started that sentence that you were going to say that they had Jack's tattoo. That we get that cool episode about that everyone loves.
Yeah, I'm actually going to get a tattoo on my back. That's just the scene of Jack and Bai Ling talking on the beach through that episode.
Yeah, and then it says "stranger in a strange land" in Chinese under it or whatever.
Yeah, right. They, at the reward challenge, have to collect items from a canoe and then separate them into bins. I mean, yeah. Feels like, again, a field day challenge, which is always fun. Not too complicated. The winners get all of the items plus spices. And the items are, Thomas, what are the items?
The items were rice and beans,
and
fish.
Big fish. Real big fish.
This was one of my favorite challenges I've seen because they had to toss a fish to each other.
Yeah, what is this?
And then you had to cut the head and the tail off the fish.
What is this? What? all this fish. Okay, here's this. Thomas, here's a joke. You had a funny joke earlier. Here's my funny joke. All of this fish throwing. What is this? Pike Place Market?
What is this? A broadcast of any Seattle Seahawks game where they're like, "Oh, by the way, Pike Place Market." I don't know if you've seen it before, but here's a guy cutting the head off a fish.
They throw a fish here. There's a really good picture of my sister at Pike Place Market when we went to Seattle when we were teenagers, and she has a fish, and she's like, good stuff. That was another segment called Get to Know Us Personally. So Kurosawa wins this challenge, and they send Terry back to exile. Mm-hmm. Kasaya's my favorite tribe that's ever existed.
Yeah, it's just good stuff all around.
Just always good, always fun. Back at their camp, the rain has flooded to the point that their fire is gone, so they have to eat raw fish. Suri says she's never had sushi, which surprises Courtney because she just has it all the time. Love this interaction.
I do love sushi. You know, it's never too late to try. It's good stuff.
I mean, it's never done me wrong.
But it is really funny to be like, you've never had it? Like, a lot of people have never had it. It's kind of a hard sell. It's one of those things that you have to kind of trust that it's good because it doesn't seem like it would be.
Yeah. What's your favorite
raw fish?
What's your favorite sushi?
Oh, man. I love like I mean, just nigiri in general, but I love like a fatty tuna. I'm a big fan of a tamago nigiri as well.
What's that one?
That's just like the little egg, like the little omelet, basically, that they have on top of it.
Yeah, that is really good.
Good stuff.
I love anything with crab. I don't know if is there a lot of crab sushi, though? I guess there's some.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of imitation crab, too.
Yeah.
I know. Like, I think, do California rolls have that? I think they do.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds like something I get a lot. I feel like anytime they eat crab on Survivor, I'm like, man, blessed. You're so lucky. Free crab?
I'm not a huge crab guy for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Maybe you've never been to Joe's Crab Shack. That's where I learned to love
crabs. I mean, we never really ate it growing up, and I don't think I've ever like gone out of my way to get crab legs or anything. So,
crab rangoon is a favorite food of mine.
Crab rangoon is great, but it's not. I mean, I wouldn't really say that it's. One, I think it has imitation crab, but two, it's mostly just like cream cheese.
Yeah, but like when you see an imitation of a celebrity, you're like, wow, that's a really good imitation. Let me go look up this real celebrity, you know? And that's kind of how it is with crab.
Saw someone doing an impression, and you were like, delicious.
What is this?
Just like crab rangoon.
The Fine Art Channel, or whatever we called that segment last week. Talking about impressionists. Oh, look at this.
Oh, right, yeah.
Look at Piat Vandal, or whatever his name was.
Was P.A. Mondrian, who's not an impressionist?
Whatever, dude. You make it up, You make it up.
You're a pretty bad impressionist of what I was saying, is what I'm getting from this.
I've actually never been good at impressions. I'm always me.
That's right. Impressions are a form of lying, if you think about it.
I actually didn't make the play in 9th grade because I told them I would never impersonate another person, and I'm too honestly me. And they said, you're too honestly you.
That's cop behavior.
Yeah. I'm not lying. I won't lie. I'll be on the crew. Happy to be on the crew. I just love theater so much. But I just can't lie to these people who've paid good money to see me.
Of course not. Do you have any... There's like no impressions you can do, like even kind of...
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. How's that? Who's that? Who was that one?
It was George W. Bush.
That was actually Richard Nixon.
It was always Richard Nixon, okay.
Mr. President, happy birthday.
I'm not much of an impressionist, but I can kind of do Jimmy Stewart and I can kind of do Jesse Ventura. Those are like the two that I can kind of do.
What if
I guess if you can do Jimmy Stewart, you can kind of do Nicolas Cage also. So I'll throw that in there.
What if those three guys walked into a bar? What would that sound like, Thomas?
It'd be like, oh well, what's Nick? What'd you get us into over here? What's this? Is this a sushi place you brought us to? I don't know if I want any sake. And he'd be like, well, Listen, Jamie, I think it could be a real opportunity for us if we just ate some sushi here. And then Jesse Ventura would be like, I have a lot of experience with fish because I was in the Navy SEALs. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but I took an oath to this country. And, cooked fish or not, I've had a lot of exposure to that. Unlike that puke Vince McMahon. Anyway, that's the end scene. That's what would happen if they all went to a bar.
That's good. I'm glad we hear that.
I guess I have my Jeff impression too, but I don't think my Jeff impression is. I think I capture more the essence of Jeff than any kind of like actual realistic Jeff. I haven't done that in a while on here, to be honest. I'm not going to do it now, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, what if those three guys were on Survivor? What if those three guys were captains on Survivor? What would that sound like? Yeah,
it'd be like, Jesse, the military, very regimented, kind of similar to like on Survivor, right? You're like, Jeff, that's a great point. It's actually very similar to this. also a lot of lying here, which is very similar to professional wrestling.
Because
And
they
scene.
enhance their character.
That's also what it would be
And
like.
scene. That's my favorite line from Jeff Probst. Speaking of eating food, Austin becomes nauseous, and wrestlers, Austin becomes nauseous after eating beans. Very funny shit.
Yeah. This fellow was eating beans.
Speaking of that, did you read my Survivor Wild West book yet?
You can't. I read it like years ago. Why do you keep asking me this?
Just
I
like
have not
you-
read it recent. I haven't read it recently.
At no point did you say, "Hey, that's a really good reference to the beans joke from Twitter." I was expecting that at some point in the 2 years since I've written it for you to be like, "Oh, really good beans joke," but no, it never happened from you or anybody else.
it didn't.
Maybe because nobody read it. That's why I keep promoting it. You know where to find it.
Maybe I need to dive back in there. There's, you go through something the first time, you miss stuff. It's
Yeah,
you gotta,
well, there's a lot of good jokes in there and bits,
spoofs and goofs.
bits and boops. Nick and Austin have to get up a lot throughout the night to poop. Man, poop heavy episode.
A lot of pooping. And you know what? I'm sure they were grateful. I'm sure they were grateful that they had a latrine and not a place for them to store wood.
Was it that tribe who had the latrine?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. Okay.
Yeah, because of course
Well, I bet they
Thomas,
were very envious of that outhouse.
I'm sure, because of course over on Kasaya, Bruce and Bobby drank the wine in the outhouse, or is the latrine we're now calling it. What is a latrine?
I really appreciated that they both did the George Costanza. Was that wrong? Should I not have done that? Gotta tell you, if I'd known not to drink the wine, I definitely wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, the next morning the water recedes and Sari finds Bruce in the outhouse with the wine bottle. Bobby tells them that he drank the wine with Bruce, and then Bobby and Courtney get into it. I don't know. I get where they're coming from, but
it's a dick move.
Yeah.
They knew they shouldn't have done that, and they did it anyway.
nobody said not to.
I did appreciate that Bobby was like, I'm very sorry. I'm not sorry that you didn't get wine, but I am sorry that everyone else didn't get it.
That was a classic
That is a
line.
great fucking insult.
Yeah. Back on exile since Tori, who the fuck is Tori? What is this, the challenge chunk? Since Terry has already found the idol, he focuses on getting hydrated and finding food so he can be stronger at the next immunity challenge, where they have to collect skulls from coffins underwater and build a skull puzzle. Cool fucking challenge.
I love this. The thing I was going to say with this is the structure of a lot of stuff that they do now, but it at least is, instead of it just being the same sort of reusable set stuff that they have, this one, they found there's flavor to it. They found some cool stuff. You got to open the coffins, the puzzle's made out of skulls. It's just much better.
Gold skull on top. That's cool. So La Mina wins, and we're so happy about that, because that means we get to see more Kasaya. Shane wants Bobby out, but Aris likes Bobby and would rather take out Bruce. Cerise says she's walking on eggshells, flying under the radar. To keep the target off of her, Shane tells Bobby to swear on his kid that he won't flop at the merge.
Shane needs to. Shane's only move right now is to either flip out because no cigarettes or swear on his son's life.
Yeah.
You got to stop swearing on your son's life.
Eventually it's going to come to pass, and you're going to feel like shit. Courtney does yoga in the rock garden, which upsets Bruce. And
That seems like a great place to do yoga. I don't know.
I know. I felt the same thing, but then also Bruce, did you tell anybody that that's not what that's for? Because if I didn't know better, I would think that's what that was for. It's kind of it kind of looks like a yoga mat that you made.
Yeah, I think honestly you're inviting that kind of behavior there.
Yeah. Danielle comes up with a plan to vote out Bobby and then approaches Shane, and it is difficult. What a surprise. Well, Thomas, do you want to talk about these wildlife shots?
Jake, I would love to. What do you got for me this week?
This week, we've got snails. We've got scorpion, not the band, the animal. We've got crabs. And they were real crabs, not imitation crabs. Snakes.
This podcast has crabs.
Snakes, flies, birds, ants, an owl, which I know is another type of bird. Don't come at me. Manta rays, and the Panamanian golden frog. This is a small yellow toad with black spots. They inhabit the streams alongside the mountainous slopes of the cloud forests of west central Panama, symbol of national pride in Panama. They carry the same neurotoxins as the pufferfish we talked about last week, among others, that will cause a seizure followed by death. Obviously, they're not testing on humans, but on mice, they died within 30 minutes. These toads live for about 12 years and communicate by... How do you think they communicate, Thomas? It's really fun.
Blinking.
Not quite. It's actually waving.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I wish that's how we communicated. That'd be so much better.
They, evolved to a point that they, don't use their ears so much because they... I don't know, live near the stream, so it's hard to hear across the stream, so they just wave at each other across the stream.
Hey, what's up?
How is this the cutest animal, but also the deadliest?
Hey there.
To entice females, the males will let out a soft call and then grip onto the females as they cross their path. If the female is not receptive, she will attempt to buck him off. But if they are receptive, the male will sit on the female's back for a few days to a few months.
Me and who? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, speaking of Thomas, what was... Oh, you said you saw people on the dating apps who know dogs. That tweet was so funny.
Somebody put the I think that it was probably in jest, but I just saw... It's hard to know, but I just saw the phrase dog aunt.
That's good.
I was like, oh, so you have you have a sibling who has a dog?
Yeah.
It's just really funny to be like, another thing about me, I am adjacent to someone who owns a dog.
My cousin, who lives in the Sin City of Cincinnati, has a dog that she got, I don't know, a year or two ago. And then my sister, who also lives in the Sin City with her family, one of them being a young child. And my cousin all the time says how her dog is my niece's best friend. Anytime she's around, she talks about how my niece's best friend is this dog. It's like, it's not. She likes your dog, but they're not friends.
That's not true.
That's not how it works.
Stop saying that. That'd be really fun to get into a huge fight about.
Yeah. Just like the fucking... I imagine myself like the guy in the Wizard of Oz video. It's like, she came down in a bubble, dude. But I would be genuinely upset.
Yeah. You get it. Did you see the video I posted of? It's very similar to that, very similar energy. But there's a video of OG Anunoby and Serge Ibaka talking about fashion when they're both on the Raptors.
No, I don't think I saw that.
To rile up Serge Ibaka, OG Anunoby keeps saying that he put him on to fashion. He was like, I put you onto jean jackets. And there's a point in the video where he just keeps repeating to him, what about scarves? What about scarves? What about scarves?
That's really
Serge
good.
gets angrier and angrier.
You know who else is getting angry? These little toads. They lose more and more of their habitat every year due to small farms, commercial agriculture, woodlot operations, livestock range, industrial expansion, and real estate development.
It's free real estate.
How do you think they rank on the IUCN Red List?
I'm going to say, by now you'd think I would remember what the stage above least concern is.
Conservation dependent? That's
conservation dependent.
That would be CD. No, it's less than that. Next one is near threatened. That's NT. Then VU. EN is, of course, endangered. CR, critically endangered. EW. And then EX is extinct.
EW is extinct in the wild, correct?
It says here EW stands for Elite Wrestlers.
Oh, okay. my mistake.
So what do you think? Where does it land?
I'm gonna say conservation dependent.
It's actually critically endangered, and as of
don't tell me that.
As of 2007, many believe.
Come on! What are you showing me?
As of 2007, many believe they are in fact elite wrestlers.
Oh, I hate that.
But
they're so cool. They're
so
like
cool.
doing their cool little waves.
I have some good news for you. Individuals are kept in captive breeding programs in more than 50 institutions across North America and Panama.
Bring them back.
Yeah. We have to bring them back, Jack.
Get those frogs fucking.
At Tribal Council, Shane says they're the dysfunctional, functional tribe. Bruce and Bobby talk about drinking all the wine. Bobby didn't apologize for the action, but for the way it made people feel, if it did make anyone feel anyway.
The classic non-apology.
Very cool way to apologize. And then Bruce just straight up apologizes to everyone in the group. But Aris isn't satisfied. I did not understand why Aris was so mad at Bruce, but not Bobby.
It's got to be he's just still mad about the rock garden thing.
Yeah,
that's got to be what it is.
Bruce assures everyone he's going to be honest and straightforward with them all. And then they vote. Courtney gets a vote. Bruce gets 2 votes. Aris gets a vote, which was a burn vote from Shane. And Bobby gets 3
I did
votes.
appreciate that Shane kept his word on his son's life.
Yeah, fair enough. You know?
I appreciate that he was like, well, I did this to myself, so I'm going to waste a vote.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess technically he didn't vote Bobby out, but
He didn't.
Something similar happened, though, in a recent episode of The Challenge Rider Dies, Thomas. Did you watch The Challenge Rider Dies last night?
I sure didn't. Someone rides, someone dies.
No. Okay. They go over a balance beam with different obstacles on their feet. Fessel's team won. It was Jordan versus Horacio in a basketball game, and Horacio won, tying the record for most elimination wins in a season. And then, you know what happened after that? After Jordan was eliminated, like the biggest guy who's ever been on the show, not the big, whatever. TJ put everyone back in their ride or die pairs, and the 3 people who didn't have their partners returned. And they all had to go into elimination against each other. And Fessel and Mariah so far have made it back into the show. But now it's 2 other teams. They're going to have elimination. Anissa and Jordan and somebody else. So that's there.
Want to know who else? Tune in next week to find out.
There you go. Way to promote. Let's talk about the music this week, Thomas. It was a good music minute.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
Did they have anything by The Fray or James Blunt or Hinder? That's what I want to know.
They did not, but you're going to love this. You said Livin La Mina Loca earlier.
Yes, I did.
They actually did play Ricky Martin's Livin La Vida Loca on the challenge this week.
Whoa.
They also played K-Flay High Enough. Do you know that song?
I've probably heard it, but I by name I do not recognize it.
Halsey's Nightmare. Ringing any bells there for you?
There is not you could not play me a Halsey song that I would recognize.
What about Tori Amos, A Special Kind of Fairy Tale?
Different blind spot. I know Tori Amos is like a cool, like 90s rock lady, but I just have never gotten into her.
A cool 90s rock lady? What are you, my aunt? Like an aunt who lives in Arizona and collects rocks?
Oh, sure. Okay. They're minerals, Marie.
Oh, thank you. We're going to do things a little differently this week. I will give you facts about this featured song until you know what song it is. And I know this is not a blind spot for you. That's why I feel confident doing it. And I'm sorry I used that word.
I'm never confident going into the Music Minute song guessing, but I'm happy to try.
First hint, this song was released September 20th, 2011.
Okay.
Any guesses yet?
Is it We Are Young by Fun?
It was originally written as a folk song, but was reworked as a pop song when producer Josh Ramsey joined the group, or, production team.
Is it... Okay, so it was originally written as a folk song.
Yes. I think
Is
only
it Some
performed
Nights
live.
by Fun?
It's not by Fun.
Oh, it's okay.
The singer said about the song, it's basically a pickup. What person hasn't wanted to approach somebody before and stopped because it's scary? I know I have. Nothing yet?
Okay.
Maybe.
Is it Call Me Maybe?
Thomas, did you know that they played Call Me Maybe on the challenge this week?
That's great.
Yeah.
We love that.
Some more facts about the song. Rolling Stone called it Taylor Swift meets Robin. It was the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 for 9 consecutive weeks in the summer of 2012. And in 2013, it lost the Grammy for Song of the Year to, guess what, Thomas? Take a wild guess.
Did it lose it to Taylor Swift?
This is like in Biodome when they keep doing rock, paper, scissors, and the one character always throws scissors. But then at the last possible moment, when the stakes are highest, he throws paper. And he's like, whoa, what? No, it's not.
Did it lose Song of the Year to the band Fun?
Yeah. We Are Young by Fun and Janelle Monáe won Song of the Year that year. That's all right.
It's really easy to forget that Janelle Monáe was on that song because she's on it for like 10 seconds.
I would say she definitely improves the song for those 10 seconds.
Oh, for sure. She improves anything. Glass Onion, you seen it?
I have
She's
seen
very
it.
good in that.
I've seen Janelle Monáe in that movie twice.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But Janelle Monáe's in that movie. Yeah, and then the last hints were about the video, if you hadn't guessed it by now. Mm-hmm. But you already got it. So, that's a good song. And
in the video, isn't there like the guy's like mowing his lawn?
Yeah.
And she's doing the like Stacy's mom thing where she's like, ooh.
What a hottie. Yeah, exactly. But do you remember the twist?
I don't. Was the twist that he's gay?
Yeah. The twist was he's gay. And apparently the
Classic
actor
video.
wasn't happy about that after... They,
Yeah. Hey, what the hell?
he didn't want to be known as the gay guy in the Carly Rae Jepsen video.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, too bad. Joke's on you. You chose the part. He got paid $500 for it. And the
$500 is if you had to forever be known as the gay guy from the Carly Rae Jepsen video, $500 maybe not enough.
I would take it.
Unless if you were actually a gay guy, I think you'd just be like, oh, I'm the gay guy from the Carly Rae Jepsen video, of course. That's just an accurate description of who I am.
The director wanted him to kiss the band member at the end, but he didn't feel comfortable doing that, so he instead just wrote his number on a piece of paper and gave it to him.
Okay. I think that's probably a better way to do it.
Speaking of fun, that's what we call an adjective. This is a segment called Probst Prose. We do the Mad Libs, Survivor Mad Libs. We're coming down to the last few. We've got at least 2 more, maybe 3. And then we either have to finish this segment or I have to grab one of the other Mad Libs books I found at my parents' house last time I was there. Yeah, so we have 2 left. This week, it's called Puzzle It Out. Can I get an adjective? Like fun?
Old.
Okay. Who are you, M. Night Shyamalan? Verb, please.
Grow.
And an adverb.
Daintily.
That's cute. How about a foreign language?
Portuguese.
Oh, good choice. they kept saying on New Girl that Portuguese is a very sexual language, which felt weird. Plural noun.
Cereal.
The breakfast food.
Cereal is both singular and plural.
Yeah, like horse. Like moose.
Like moose.
An adjective.
Big.
Okay, Tom Hanks. How about a verb?
Sprint.
Okay. And then we need one adjective followed by two verbs. And that's it.
Okay, fun. I'll give you your fun. Followed by two verbs. I'll say commit and burn.
Burn. Okay, Usher. A lot of celebrity references this week because
Someone did Confessions Part 2 at karaoke yesterday, and I think they were fine. I don't think they were bad or anything.
I think that sounds pretty fun. You might think word games are calm and old games, but since it's Survivor, there's always a twist. Players race to grow a bunch of letters as daintily as they can. The hard part, there are lots of extra letters from the Portuguese alphabet.
No.
I mean, fair. That's a good choice for an alphabet. Like to confuse people, I mean.
There's like accents on it or whatever.
Yeah, and you're like, sometimes there's accents in English, but I'm not sure. Some of the letters are hanging from trees covered with cereal, so you can't see which ones you need. Some are at the ends of big ropes that you have to sprint before you can read them. What is this, a fucking football drill?
Yeah, this is a football combine. You did that. You ran a 4.4 on this drill. Very impressive.
Some are in a fun dish of other letters, just waiting for you to commit them out. Okay. Once you've gathered them all, you have to burn a certain word to win the challenge. I need one more adjective, Thomas.
Obsolete.
Okay. So once you've gathered them all, you have to burn a certain word to win the challenge. Honestly, that sounds cool as fuck. So have fun, but don't get obsolete. So that's pros.
And that's what we're saying to all of our listeners.
Yeah.
Have fun, but don't get obsolete.
Have fun, but don't get obsolete. What are you, apple.com? None of that makes sense. Thomas, what's your Twitter? The best app for all apps?
Twitter is a place that I like to have fun, but hopefully will not get obsolete. So very fitting. You can follow me at Tom.
You want to follow the show at DYWSLN or on Instagram, it's at The Only Survivor Podcast, and you can really do that. That's real, that it exists, and it's updated so regularly that you could follow it.
You can pay us real money at any time.
You can also pay us real money at any time at patreon.com/justpodcast. Thomas, do you want to pull that up right now and shout out a tier that we enjoy?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Just Podcasts right now. All right. Well, let's take a look at all 18 levels.
Oh, it's actually 19 now. I just haven't updated it yet since last week. Remember?
Well, who could forget? Just Scorpin, a podcast about the NCIS universe of shows, including NCIS JAG, NCIS Los Angeles, Scorpion, NCIS New Orleans, NCIS Hawaii, and NCIS Sydney, and not just things related to scorpions.
Yeah. So that's a good show. How much was that one again?
$17,500 a month.
Easy money for us.
And you also get Just Joey and Just Justin with that tier as well.
That's what I call a deal.
You were saying Scorpions in during Wildlife Shots, but not like the band. Maybe we talk about the band.
We could maybe even talk about the band. We also have another show about other bands. Just the Carpenters is one. Just in Sync is another. And many other shows.
Oh, congratulations to John Carpenter, by the way. He's a grandfather now.
Oh,
he was tweeting about that.
I thought you were going to say he's a Grammy father and that he won a Grammy.
He won a Grammy for his great soundtracks that he does for his movies.
Yeah. What about an Apple review? If people were to write a review on Apple.com for this podcast here that they're listening to and enjoying so much.
This is my favorite podcast. I like it better than all the other podcasts. I give it a big thumbs up. Spotify is corrupt, but if they allowed me to leave a review, I would say I look forward to seeing this in my Spotify Wrapped.
And that's the beautiful thing about that is it's so easy. 5 stars on Spotify as well. Of course, you can't write a review for some reason. Next week, we'll be back with episodes. The next 2. What are they, Thomas? Remind me. Which ones did we just watch?
We just watched 4 and 5. So now it'll be 6 and 7.
Well, I'm glad we looked this up because it's actually going to be 6 and 8 because this was the time when they still did the recap episode halfway through the season.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So 6 and 8 is next week. So that'll be fun.
Do not watch 7.
Do not watch 7.
Don't you dare even think about watching it.
Episode 7 is actually not lucky. Might as well call it episode number 11.
Yeah, exactly.
And how much you don't want to watch it.
If you watch number 11, we'll know.
I might watch the lucky number 11 this week. I've always been curious about that movie, and I'm not going to
We're trying
work.
to be a 7 podcast, not a 11 podcast.
Thank you for saying it. Have a great summer.
Deuces.
I was awakened in the middle of the night. I thought I heard you calling my name. I looked around, but there was nobody there. I knew that it was only a dream.
Yeah. Every so often I'll just go, fire, bad. When I turn my burner on.
You love Frankenstein?
I do. Well, no, I don't love Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein's monster.
Actually, the monster was the doctor.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to turn that around.
Oh, actually, I have read the book.
I'm sorry that you think Dr. Frankenstein's creation is a monster, you racist.
Yeah. Frankenstein, doctor. The doctor was a monster, like that old joke. That's good. That's a book I've read, though. Have you read the Frankenstein, the book?
Oh, what, the Mary Shelley novel? No, I have not. I've heard it's good.
The Mary Shelley novel. Well, I have it, and I've read it, and it is good. Because I'm smart.
I'm happy for you.
This is my new thing. I'm smart.
I'm happy for you.
I'm all about books now and reading.
Yeah. I've only heard of books.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen this movie? No, but I've read books before.
Yeah, Velma, never heard of it, but I did read
the Hardy
the
Boys.
classic novel Velma that was written by Mary Shelley. Maybe you've heard of it.
Yeah, maybe you've heard of her. Mary Shelley. She actually wrote the original Velma when she was 19.
Dude, you've claimed Mary Shelley's written like 100 books, and they're all just TV shows that are airing right now.
Yeah. No, I haven't watched Riverdale, but I did read the Mary Shelley cartoon book.
It's all public domain now because Mary Shelley wrote it back over 100 years ago.
If you claim Mary Shelley wrote something, you can actually write whatever you want.
I can't believe I'm being sued by Disney right now, even though I've made it very clear that Mary Shelley wrote the Mickey Mouse novel over 100 years ago, and that's why I'm allowed to make the explicit content that I sell for money that is based around that.
Mary Mouse.
Think about giving me just one more try. Think about giving me just one more try.
Smarten up, Probst.